guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Esther, and for my K-pop lovers, annyeong. So today this video is going to be a chunker. She's gonna be thick like me in quarantine because the gyms are closed. Today we are reacting to Black Swan. A quick little history lesson. Black Swan was previously known as Rainier, which had the first ever Black or African American woman in a K-pop group ever, and her name was Alex Reed, and she was in the group for a bit, but there was some sketchy business going on, like she didn't fit into the choreography, or like she came in the group a bit late, so there was tension culturally, so she ended up leaving, and some of the other members left, I think, and basically that group rebranded, new members were added, and they're now known as Black Swan. Now Black Swan also has a visibly Black girl in the group, and I'm not talking ambiguous, I'm not talking, you know, light skin or the Zendaya effect. Like, this is a Black girl who looks like me. She's African, she's from Senegal, her name is Fatou, for Pete's sake, and that's on period. This is a huge deal, so this is why this video is going to be chunky. Part one of the video, we're just going to react, as I usually do, to my K-pop reactions, and then the second part will just be basically what this video could mean to the K-pop industry as a whole. Are foreigners going to be more and more of a thing in mainstream K-pop groups? Or like, what are the cultural implications of having a Black girl, a Black woman in a K-pop world where it's known for its toxicity, unrealistic beauty standards, slave contracts? Like, it's intense as it is for Koreans. Now I'm wondering how there's going to be more Black girls. So we're going to discuss that in the second part of the video. So let's go, let's react. This is Black Swan's Tonight. Oh, yes. Strong open. Oh, stunning. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's stunning. She's stunning. She's also stunning. Oh no, oh girl. She sticks out like a sore thumb in the best way possible. I like it. It's raw, it's sexy. It's giving me like old school A-Pink vibes. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, especially that part. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, she's stunning. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a Black woman, but she's just gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful diversity. They're all stunning. Oh no. I guess we already know who my bias is. Oh, they have so much potential. This could really work. Ooh, sexy. I like it, it's very powerful. Oh, she's flow. Oh, I adore her. She got it upsa, she said. Oh no, she's powerful. She's stunning. Wow. This could work. This could actually work. I hope they market them properly. Tonight by Black Swan. Goodbye, Rania. I didn't even realize they no tea, no shade. They say goodbye, Rania. We don't know her. Off the bat, I freaking I love Fatu already. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be talking about the group, not just a single individual. As a group, they are powerful, but I feel like with a powerhouse like Fatu in the group, they will need to match her energy. They're all stunning. They're all visually stunning. They're all great dancers. They just, Fatu is she's so enigmatic. So it's like, oh my word, but this could work. This could actually work. Let's move on to part 2 because I can't wait any longer. So part 2 is how I feel about a black girl in a K-pop group in this social media climate where things could go viral tomorrow. First comes the happiness, the joy and excitement as a black woman. Oh, also, obviously, I'm clearly a black woman, so I'm going to be looking at it through that lens, okay? So obviously there's the joy and excitement because when your girl was 16 and she just got into K-pop, she discovered SHINee, Girls' Generation, A-Pink, 21. She may have gone into the JYP website, changed the language to English and applied and auditioned. Did you hear back from them? Hell no. But did she try? Yes, she tried to be the first black girl in a K-pop group. The fact that it's happening in 2020 is major. Like at that time, at 16, I was just like, this is a pipe dream, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. What do I have to lose? So number 1, it's just like the general excitement. Number 2, it's just like the complete dread of it all. Not that anything bad will happen to Fatu personally. It's just like, it's the fact that already in the West, in Hollywood as it is, being a black woman in entertainment is like on both sides of the spectrum. On one end, we're talented, we can sing, we can dance, we can act, we can do whatever we put our minds to. We've got that source, we've got that energy, okay? But on the other hand, breaking into the business as an actor, singer, entertainment, as a black woman, as a visibly brown-skinned, dark-skinned black woman is not easy at all. And this is Hollywood, this is the West. It's not easy. A lot of representations of us are the Zendayas, are the Amandalas of the world. Like, we're still portrayed as this light-skinned, idealistic black. I don't want society and I don't want people to think that this is the only representation of black girls. So we already have this stuff happening in Hollywood and in the West. So how would that translate? You take all of that mess that we experience as entertainers or whatever in Hollywood, how would that translate in South Korea? Think about how Koreans perceive black people. Koreans that live in South Korea perceive black people. On one end, it's cool. We're strong, we're amazing, we're athletes, we all know how to sing, dance, act. All the typical stereotypes on one end. And then on the other end, we're scary, we're all criminals, we all live in huts, or if we are from Africa, we live in huts. It's like, there are so many videos on YouTube about the black experience, the black American experience, the black African experience of living in South Korea. I don't need to link, there are so many, just do a search. South Korea is still a pretty conservative country in that way. And that leads to another point. I don't think South Korea knew how big K-pop was going to be today. I don't think they knew how globalized it was going to be. I don't think they knew Blackpink was going to be Blackpink and that BTS was going to be BTS. So as a society, they have to, they have all these foreigners flooding to South Korea, people wanting to be teachers and whatever, wanting to experience the Korean language, culture, food, wanting to come for these, K-pop concerts, wanting to have that, K-drama fantasy. And I feel like South Korea is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like they're just shook. And now they have to look into themselves and unlearn and undo a lot of things. Am I saying is that right or wrong? I don't know. Because on one hand, it's like, this is South Korea, this is their country, they go by their rules. But at the same time, you know, the whole world has their eyes on them. It's like, I'm not telling you to change, but I'm telling you be more sensitive. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's like, it's tricky. It's tricky. I hate the idea. Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing for me. I hate the idea of like an American going to a foreign country and being like, we cowboys, we don't do this in the States. Y'all are y'all in culture. This is what we do, and I'm gonna bring it here and I'm gonna teach y'all. Because I hate that. With South Korea and with the entertainment industry, it's different. It's different because they are profiting so much on our love for their culture, our love for K-pop, our love for K-dramas. To give back, in a sense, they would have to be more sensitive. It's weird, and that's why I feel scared for Fatu. I just hope she's well treated. You know, it's not, and it's not just like little things like, okay, it's not little, but like it's not things like makeup and hair and like hoping they have their shade, which is important too, because you don't want to be representing Black women as a mess either. Like, I don't want to see her on variety shows looking a mess and stuff like that. Like, I hope they have the resources, the education, and the knowledge to be like, hey, we hired, you know, a person of color to do your makeup, or like, let us know what products you think work with your skin. They have that sort of communication with each other. But for me, it's like, it's on an even bigger scale than that. It's the idea that she might have to adhere to Korean beauty standards, for example. Because, like I said, Korean idols, as Koreans, already have to go through so much. The slave contracts, the dieting, the ridiculous diets, the plastic surgery. If you want to be pretty, if you want to have more screen time, if you want to do this, you will have to adhere to our beauty standards. This is what your nose is too flat, your head is too big, blah, 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 blah. I've actually got a clip that I'll probably insert of, I saw this video on YouTube of an ex K-pop trainee, also a Black girl by the name of Kaya Boyd. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Kaya Boyd. I'll link it below, but essentially she talks about her experience as a trainee. You know, she didn't have the ideal look. On one hand, it was like, oh, her nose is kind of weird, or like she has a weird head shape, or like, you know, she doesn't have the look per se. But on the other hand, it's like, oh, you're gorgeous. You know, you're a good Black. You're pretty Black. You're different Black. I mean, no wonder we want you in a K-pop group. You know, you're skinny Black.
With your skin color, do you think you know, it was like an advantage or more like a disadvantage for you for being in the industry itself?
Both. Disadvantage because I'm not Korean, because I don't look like everyone else, and I'm going to be judged on a different level, on a different scale than Korean idols. And an advantage because I stand out, and it's enough to catch people's attention and make people watch, and it makes people curious. My company, I wouldn't say that they really had a problem with my skin color, but there were a lot of backhanded comments, like compliments, I should say, like, oh, you're the prettiest Black, because Blacks aren't typically pretty. And other comments that were like, oh, you're different because you're like skinny. And you know, Black people aren't usually skinny, they're fat. So good for you being different Black girl.
Did you get any pressure to kind of change your appearance?
Yes, and I would say I didn't really like what I was hearing, because before I came to Korea, I never thought that there was anything wrong with me. I didn't think that there was anything about my appearance that I needed to change until someone from my company told me that my head shape was weird.
Head shape?
Yes, like that there was something wrong with my head.
Looks pretty normal to me.
Well, they suggested that I could have gotten surgery to fix my head shape.
I don't want the K-pop industry to look at BLACKSWAN because they might pop off. This thing happened, like this worked. So let's take this formula and multiply it and exploit more, you know, young Black impressionable artists to be like the visual, the rapper of the group. I don't want Korean execs to look at that and be like, oh, okay, well, that's the formula. I want our like Korean girls, you know, I want our like Asian girls to continue to be cute, dainty, but like, you know, a little bit of sexy, and then we insert this like powerhouse Black girl to represent the rap, or to represent the, because if you notice across K-pop groups, the rapper is usually the one that's a little more tanned or like has a little more interesting look. It's never like the typical, you know, Korean standard of beauty. They always have like this exotic exotic look about them. So I don't want, yeah, I hope they don't run with that and they go, oh, well, okay, well, now that Black Swan blew up, we know what to do. We're going to insert a black girl that's, you know, going to be the rapper. She's going to be the aggressive, like, powerhouse sexual one of the group. And then our Korean girls will kill it. And that'll be that. That was a long ass video, guys. I'm so glad we talked about this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I just be proud overall? Like, do you think Black Swan would have a major impact in the K-pop industry or not so much? Like, it could very well just be like a passing thing and then we forget about it and it's back to regular programming. Or it could very well be a catalyst to something bigger. Like, how do white K-pop fans feel about this? Because for a while there was that wave of like, oh, we don't want to see any foreigners in K-pop groups. Like, it's Korean pop for a reason. We just want to see Koreans, or we just want to see Asians. I don't want to see white people. I don't want to see black people. It's Korean pop for a reason. But now that it's so international and globalized, are we now opening our minds to that? What are the implications of having, you know, a black idol as opposed to having a white idol? There's so much to dissect. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like. Let's have a conversation. I'll probably heart your comment. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched to the end, I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and I hope you have a lovely day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.